Welcome back designers to this new series of Adobe Photoshop text tutorials for beginners, and let's dive straight into work without wasting any time. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to set up the document, and I already have set it here. The width is 1080 by 1080. Make sure it's in pixels, and the artboard here is ticked off. Keep the resolution at 300, leave the rest as it is, and press create. Once the document gets created, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to add a rectangle here to give it a background. So we're going to go here and press the rectangle tool and click once on the canvas. And this will give you this pop-up menu. Fill the value here 1080 by 1080 to match with the size of the artboard and press OK. Now you can choose the move tool or press V and push it here in the center. And this is our rectangle here on the layer 1 above the background. So we want to change its color. We cannot change it from here since this is the color for the foreground color. Now that's a different concept. We'll talk about this someday later. Right now, if we want to change the color of this rectangle, we'll go here in properties, and down here in the appearance we have the fill. So I'm going to click once on this, and we're going to go up here in the right corner and click on this here, and this will give you the colors menu. And here I'm going to fill the hex code F6, F4, F1, and this will give us this light gray color that I'm looking for, and let's press OK. Once the color has been changed, click out to deselect it, and now press the text tool and click on the artboard, and here I'm going to write the word sliced. The font that I've chosen is Anton Regular. I'm going to choose the move tool, and I'm going to bring it here in the center. You can also do that by going here in the aligns options. As you can see, these are all deselected, and that is because if we go here in these three dots, and we have the option to choose what to align to, and right now it's aligned to selection, but we want to align it to canvas, and now these are all available. I'm going to align it to the center, and now by pressing on the Alt key, I'm going to press here on the corner and drag it out so that it fills up the space. So added this nice red color. Now again choose the move tool and go here in the appearance panel in the properties, and you can check the hex code for the color. It's E53946. I'm going to press OK. And now we are ready for our next step, which is to slice the text. To start slicing the text, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to choose the pen tool. You can come here and select the pen tool. Now in order to slice this text, by common sense, you might think there must be some sort of knife tool or cutting tool to cut this text, but that is not what is going to happen. What we are going to do is that we are going to choose the masking option to create two separate parts of this text. You'll understand once I begin with it. So after choosing the pen tool, come here, click once here, and then come somewhere around here, and then click once, and then click, and then click, and then click again. Now we have this rectangle ready. So what I'm going to do is, with this pen tool selected, I'm going to right click, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this into a selection. So it will give you the pop-up menu. Don't change anything, press OK, and as you can see now it has turned into a custom selection. What we want to do is that we want to keep the text only that is visible within this selection and hide this part that's below. For that, what we are going to do is we are going to come here, select the text and press mask. And as you can see, the text that was inside the selection is visible. What's outside has been hidden. Now we'll go back to the move tool. What we want is now we want to do something in such a way that this upper portion would get hidden and the lower portion would get exposed. For that, let's select this text and we simply have to copy it. The shortcut for that is Ctrl J. This will duplicate the layer. As you can see, it's the copy, but what we also want is that it's the lower portion that should be visible, not the upper one. To do that, there are two ways. One is you can go here in image while keeping this text layer selected. And once you go here in the image, you can come down here in the adjustments and you can press invert, or you can simply use the shortcut Ctrl+I. And as you can see, it has inverted our mask. So that is why the lower portion is now also visible. If you still get confused, I will turn off this eye and you can see this lower mask layer is visible. And now let me turn this eye on and turn this off. As you can see, now this has been hidden. So these are two separate layers. Now what we want is that we want to move this lower part of the text. You can do so by simply using your mouse, by dragging, or you can use the left and right arrow keys on your keyboard and move it slightly up and down just the way you want. With that, the first step of slicing the text is done. Now we have to make more manipulations so that it has a nice shadow falling over from one text to the other one. Now let's get on to the final part, which is to add shadow here. And the shadow, of course, falls from a top object to a lower object. Since this is the upper part, the shadow will fall on the lower part. But how do we mimic the effect of shadow? For that, we are going to use a simple technique that would involve using the brush tool. But if I select the brush tool, as you can see, it gives me this null sign. And that is because we need a new layer on which we can use our brush tool. So we'll go here and let's add a fresh layer, and we'll call this our shadow or drop shadow layer. Now if I come back here, we can see our brush is visible. But there is one more thing that we have to keep in mind, and that is we need to select the appropriate layers on which the shadow or the effect that would be created by the brush would actually apply. So we have this layer, and now hold Control and click on this thumbnail. Not on the layer, because that will select the text and the thumbnail both. And don't even click on the text, because what we want is that it should affect only this inverted layer of text. So hold Control along with the upper layer, click on this thumbnail, and this will create a selection. And now we know with the brush, when we will draw on it, it will avoid this area that is on the center, and it will act on the area that is outside. So I'll select the brush, I'll go up here in the menu and select here and increase the size to somewhere around 100 or something like that. Choose the soft round brush so that we can create a soft shadow. Come here and slowly, just slowly try to create small movements to add the shadow. If you feel the shadow is falling too much or it's too big, you can press undo, Control Z. So that is why it's important to create small strokes, not too big, so that we can undo it and make it whichever way we want. You can again go over it, make it a little bit more darker. And once you're done, as you can see, I was using the opacity at 90%. Once you're happy with what you're doing, press Ctrl D to deselect everything, and this will show you what your shadow has done. As you can see, because we're using the brush tool, there are certain areas here that has stretched the shadow or the brush effect on the outside, which we don't want. So we need to erase this. For that, we will use the erase tool, come here and select the erase tool. And now you can simply come here and erase it. And with that, you have a clean slice. Use the move tool, deselect everything. I'll make it big screen. And as you can see, we have created the illusion of the text being sliced through.